Disney right now is participating in a trend of taking inspiration from their animated catalog to make live-action blockbusters. Disney has mostly been looking at their animated features, but they've also announced Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers as a live-action hybrid film, so they're clearly interested in digging into their television properties too. However, there's one animated series I'm surprised a live-action film adaptation has not been announced, and it's a property where a live-action adaptation makes the most sense. Kim Possible. Now, back during Kim Possible's original run on the Disney Channel, the studio was considering making a live-action film. The show's creators, Bob Schooley and Mark McCorkle, even wrote a potential script for one, but the studio passed on it, and that script was made into the animated film So the Drama instead. However, now that Disney is intent on making big-budget live-action films based on their animated properties, Kim Possible is something they should look into, because it has potential as a major franchise, especially in this day and age where secret agent and spy films are so popular. With the right creative team, it could also be something really special. Personally, I feel we've already explored Kim's high school years, so I think a live-action movie should be about her university life as she continues to juggle classes and secret agent work. The potential also exists to show Kim as a postgraduate, as she tries to become a professional secret agent. There's some serious story potential there with both of these scenarios. For casting, I think Kendrick is the most fitting choice to play Kim. There were parts of the Pitch Perfect films where I kept thinking how perfect she would be in the role. Ron Stoppable is a bit more tricky to cast. Will Friedle brought such a uniqueness to the role, and you need somebody who could handle the physical requirements. I think Thomas Sangster of Phineas and Ferb and Maze Runner fame is somebody who could effectively bring the awkward, nacho-loving Ron to live action. Kim had a wide range of villains to contend with, leading to a fun rogues gallery of baddies to cast. While Dr. Draken kind of reformed himself in the series finale, I never saw him as somebody who would leave evil for good. I think Arnett would be an appropriate fit for the role of Kim's arch-nemesis. And for She-Go, I can see Emily Blunt taking on the role. She was almost Black Widow in the Marvel films, but a contractual obligation with 20th Century Fox led to her losing the role, so she definitely has the necessary requirements to play her. I always thought Monkey Fist was one of the more interesting villains on the series, and the role needs somebody who could be both physical and give off the air of an aristocratic gentleman. I've been watching Gotham lately, and Sean Pertwee's take on Alfred Pennyworth has really impressed me, so I would pick him. Not many people remember that long before Melissa McCarthy became a popular comedic actress and a future Ghostbuster, she voiced the villain Deanne Amy, a scientist with an unorthodox love of animals. It would be a cute little nod to have her reprise the role in this hypothetical movie. Patton Oswalt was also the voice of Draken's villainous rival, Professor Dementor, and I'd like to see him play the part too. Speaking of voice actors reprising their roles in a live-action film, I'm struggling to think of other actors besides Gary Cole and Gene Smart to play Kim's parents, so might as well have them play the roles again. As for Kim's faithful tech whiz Wade, you mostly only saw him talking on a computer screen, and as is typical with super smart and tech-savvy people on television shows, he had a love for nerdy things. So let's just go with Andre Meadows. That makes sense for some reason. When it comes to producing a Kim Possible film, I have some rules I think one should abide by. Number 1. Get the original creators involved. Nobody knows and understands these characters as well as Schooley and McCorkle, and they've even returned to Disney to develop the Big Hero 6 animated series, so it would not take long to give them a call and ask them to come on board as producers and creative consultants. You can even hire them as screenwriters. Number 2. Hire a director who cares about the series and about adapting Kim Possible properly. And also make sure they've heard of Kim Possible. If you offer a director the film and he responds with Kim who, maybe don't go with him. The producers behind the live-action Thunderbirds did not heed that advice, and look at what the end result ended up being. Pick someone who can make some very creative and incredibly shot action scenes that effectively combine peril with comedy, much like the series. Number 3, use the theme song. It's not hard. You can even stick a light piano version into the trailer to earn brownie nostalgia points. and whoever you hire to compose the music should also find a way to cleverly integrate the song's melody into the score. And finally, number 4, above all, create an entertaining and exciting adventure that lives up to the Kim Possible name and reminds us why the original animated series was so popular and well regarded. But those are just some ideas on my part. But I think following them will lead to another well-liked and profitable franchise for Disney. See you next time.